Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum. Starting with September 2019, the long-expected tourist visa for Saudi Arabia has been introduced. Therefore, here we are, 3 days in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and we will try to see what's myth and what's legend about this beautiful country. So the problem is in Saudi Arabia it's very difficult to walk. You have to have a car. That's why we hired a car, but the traffic is awful. One of the myths about Saudi Arabia is that women can't drive, and this was actually true until 1 year ago. Since 2018, women are allowed to have a driver license. For a long time a no-go destination, Saudi Arabia became accessible once the new tourist visa was introduced in September 2019. Surprisingly, you don't have to wear a scarf here in Jeddah, but there are some areas in Saudi Arabia where there are more traditional and where all the women are with the head covered. So I think in Iran it was worse than here.
Here I'm not wearing, so I don't know. Till now, nobody's told me anything.
So the religious police didn't bother us, but still I don't have the guts to kiss you in public or something like that.
Oh, baby!
I think it's not allowed. Și în caz că vă întrebați cum făceau femeile baie îmbrăcate în negru pentru că nu au voie să poarte bikini sau costum de baie, efectiv erau niște, pare rău că nu sunt aici, niște construcții de lemn, ca un fel de corturi.
Așa m-am auzit, dar stai că poate să gătim ceva dacă mergem în oraș mai puțin.
Da, deci ele făceau baie îmbrăcate în chestiile acelea negre și apoi mergeau în acele corturi pentru a se schimba.
In the evening, everybody is socializing on Corniche, the 30-kilometer-long seaside promenade. The Jeddah Corniche is the place where you'll find the world's tallest fountain. It's even taller than the Eiffel Tower. King Fahd's fountain, opened in 1985, shoots water 312 meters into the air with a speed of over 375 kilometers per hour. It's a marvelous sight at night when the water is illuminated by 500 spotlights. Let's point out some interesting facts. Arabia is the world's largest peninsula, and here is also the largest sand desert on Earth. Saudi Arabia is the only country in the world without a natural river. It's a very rich country. It has the largest oil reserve in the world. In fact, a liter of oil is here cheaper than the same amount of drinking water. Alcohol is still prohibited. They provide free public health care services, and non-Muslims are not allowed to have Saudi citizenship. To get a glimpse of traditional Arabia, we are taking a walk in the old town, Balad. The name literally translates to the city or the town, and it is Jeddah's historical city center. Founded in the 7th century, Balad is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Old tower houses, beautiful mosques and open-air markets are hiding in a maze-like streets. Just don't expect a fairy tale Arabia from Aladdin or the 1001 Nights. Here you will find lovely houses made of coral stone, but no Instagrammable vivid color places. Many houses are in a very bad shape, but everything is supposed to be restored in the following years. Let's mention here some other interesting facts about Saudi Arabia. The wedding ceremonies are held separately for men and women. Officially, Saudi women may not travel overseas without the authorization of their husbands. And before 2012, only men were allowed to sell women's lingerie. Most private gyms do not accept women members, and the majority of schools do not offer gym classes for female students.
If you can see those balconies, those green balconies, years ago, before air conditioning has been invented, they were constructed in such a way that the wind could go inside, but still the women couldn't be seen from the neighbor balconies. In September 2019, when the e-visa was introduced and the mass tourism, let's say, began in Saudi Arabia, there were some laws issued regarding the tourists. One of those laws states that you are not allowed to photograph or to film the locals without their permission.
You're allowed, but you must pay very high fine. So. Unfortunately, you can't smell, but it's fantastic. I love this smell.
Cardamom and coffee and incense.
A lot of spices.
Obviously, we could not miss the opportunity to have a traditional Arabic coffee in a Turkish cafe.
coffee cultivation and trade came through Yemen to the Arabic Peninsula in the 15th century, and by the 16th century it was already known in Turkey, Syria, Egypt and Persia. A delicious local variety of coffee is the cardamom coffee, which goes always only with dates. Saudi Arabia is a country where the death penalty
Where unfortunately
is still in use, and until a few years ago there have been a lot of public executions where, by the way, the women were not allowed to participate. Saudi Arabia is a 100% Muslim country, and other religions are forbidden here. Mecca is not far away from Jeddah. As a matter of fact, Jeddah is the port of Mecca, let's put it that way. But as a non-Muslim, you're not allowed to get into Mecca. You can go only with a car on the highway around Mecca. Question for Jeopardy. What do you eat in Saudi Arabia? Shawarma!
Oh yeah, sounds
Yeah,
good.
but take care, it's not like in Europe. It's not like million sauces and flavors or something.
What's that? Onion?
Onion! Beef! Tasty. If you want to buy some clothes from a mall in Saudi Arabia, you might have a problem, because the shops still don't have fitting rooms. Newsflash! Update! Just found out that yes, there are no fitting rooms in the shops, but there are fitting rooms actually at the toilets. So yes, there are very big shopping malls in Saudi Arabia. It's usually better to come in the afternoon because early morning they are closed, and also all the shops close during prayer times. So be sure to check out when are the prayer times in the city you actually are, because the shops are gonna be closed for about 30 minutes during the prayer times. Another myth about Saudi Arabia is that they don't have cinemas.
It's not true.
It's not true. It isn't anymore. Look, they have theaters, yes, of course. They don't have like
I'm curious what
sexy
they have.
movies, but let's check something.
Yeah.
So guys, accommodations in Saudi Arabia, an apartment like this you can get for 50 euros a night without breakfast, but for around starting with around 30 euros for a double, you can get some decent accommodation. Food is as cheap as in Europe. For example, 2 euros big Coca-Cola at McDonald's. The restaurants are quite expensive. Gasoline is cheap, like 50 euro cents for 1 liter 95 gasoline. Renting a car is cheap, like 30 euros for a sedan for a day. And for those who are saying that Saudi Arabia is just a second-hand Dubai, that's absolutely not true.
Who said that?
It has a lot of culture, it has a lot of nice places. Oh, look, what's he doing?